So I'm breaking my promise to you, but only briefly, because this is not really like a video in which I am making for the sake of entertainment. This is more of an update video. So I think it's fair that I have just gameplay in the background with essentially no editing, and I'm just giving you an update on what's going on with the YouTube channel as well as my life in general, because I want to just be upfront with y'all. I want to be honest and genuine, and I also just want to just kind of get this message out there as quick as possible. First of all, I'm actually really tired. I'm exhausted. I have been working on long form videos for a little while now. About the last year, I have done, I don't even know. I can't even remember all of the long form videos that I've made off the top of my head. So I was just talking to a couple of my friends, and my friends and I essentially agree that it would be ideal to take a little bit of a break. Not a long break, but maybe like a while, right? And we were thinking maybe like no more video production on the YouTube channel until at least September. That means no video production during the month of August. That means no video production throughout the month of July or the rest of June. I just released my newest video yesterday, and it's about another YouTuber that I wanted to critique. And I also just thought about it too, and it's like, I want to do more positive content. There's one thing to complain and to critique, but I also, want to do more content that is more celebrating things that I appreciate. That Grand Theft Auto 5 video, for instance, was one such example where I was celebrating, although critiquing, there's still some critique to be had of anything that is good or bad. But, I was celebrating it. I was celebrating that this video game that I finally got around to playing after 13 something years of not having access to it, I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it, and I wanted to celebrate that I enjoyed it. I wanted to tell people that I had a great time doing it. And that's kind of what I want to do moving forward, is I want to be able to create content that is celebrating things. Now, granted, the criticisms are never going to end. I'll obviously be making critical content that is criticizing something or, reviewing something, what have you. But I want to put an emphasis more so on celebration, just enjoying something, sharing something that I'm passionate about, something that I think would be, just something that would warm my heart, you know what I mean? And I say that because I was just making this previous video, and the previous video about Austin Archer and liberalism, electoral politics, and all that stuff, it's good. I felt like it was a necessary conversation to have. I felt like it was one of those things that does need to be talked about more, and, I stand by it 100%. But I want to make less content that is specifically a call out, or less content that is angry, upset. I want to be able to maybe focus on stuff that is passionate in a creative way, passionate in a way that is, like I said earlier, celebratory, and just something that would, like I said, warm my heart. So that's the idea anyway. That's where my brain is on that front. But either way, I'm taking an extended break. A couple of months. I guess 2.5 months, if you will. Today is June 16th as of recording this. So ideally speaking, I would like to maybe just wait until September before I begin working on any more videos. I do have stuff already planned. I have at least two videos planned for the remainder of 2026. I'm not going to reveal what those two videos are, but I want to be able to say what I want, and I want to be able to do content that is celebratory. And, I will say those two topics in particular, yeah, they are pretty celebratory topics. That is something that I can say for certain is on my agenda. Now, listen, I want to also just be upfront with you about something, right? So, the other day I was thinking about why do I make YouTube videos, right? Like, I was thinking about that. I had a really long, inner monologue with myself about why I make videos. I discovered YouTube in 2005. I was somebody who wanted to make videos on Newgrounds at one point, early 2000s era. And, watching a lot of Roger Vander Wade International Moron Patrol. The real ones know what the fuck that's about. But essentially speaking, I wanted to make YouTube videos, not for like a living or anything, but just I wanted that to be part of my life. I wanted to be able to make content and do all that kind of stuff. And I've dabbled in all different kinds of content over the years, whether it be vlogs or film or making comedy, TV show style stuff. I've done all different genres of YouTube content. But right now, just the idea of making YouTube content, it feels very defeating because, a lot of, the platform has been overtaken by artificial intelligence generated content, and I really don't like that. I don't like how I'm pretty much competing with slop for the most part. And I do mean genuine slop, genuine trash content that is probably, arguably, objectively not good content. And I think the strategy for a little while was that I wanted to make long form, kind of video essays. And, I think at this point, it's gotten to a place where I don't feel joy in making long form video essays anymore. I like it when I can finish a project relatively soon. When I make a video that's multiple hours, specifically multiple hours, I hate it. I hate it. I hate the process, right? I like it when a video is I don't know, around 20-ish minutes or 30 minutes or so. Hell, I'll even go for a 40 to 50-minute video sometimes if I really want to, but, I'd like to be able to be done within a day or be done within, a week, Not having to spend months and months and months and, just drafting, a 100-page, fucking script, which is definitely something that I did for the Bad Empanada video. It was a 100 plus page script. I think it was 110 pages. I'm not sure, but it was a lot. That's my most scripted video. No joke. And it's just crazy that I'm really putting a lot of work and not getting much reward. So what I'm gonna do is focus on other content as well. If I'm gonna do video editing at all between now and September, I want to do more stuff for my side projects. I want to do more of my music. I really want to focus more intimately with my band Turf Stomp. We have been doing a lot of shows. We've been doing a lot of songwriting. We've been doing a lot of recording and networking and all that kind of stuff. And I'm really looking forward to what we have in store for the future. We're working on an EP right now, and then we also plan to do a self-titled album after the EP, so that's really exciting. We also appeared on the radio, and I'm actually in the process of editing the radio broadcast. I mean, it is online, in full unedited, but I do want to edit it down a little bit because, like, it's be good to have, it's like just like make it more straightforward. And then, of course, like, I want to, work more on gaming content. Like, I want to do Let's Plays more. I get a lot of joy from that. I get a lot of joy from just, like, finishing a game and being like, yep, I beat the game, and now I have something to remember it by. I want to do more YouTube poops. I want to do more bumpers. I want to do more things that I think would make me laugh, would make me smile, would give me joy. I want to be able to make content that'll make me feel happy and just something I will want to go back towards. It's one thing to use your platform for stuff that you genuinely believe in your heart needs to be said, but it's kind of like the way that Cat Black, another transgender YouTuber who I do watch. I don't always agree with everything she says, but for the most part, I think she pretty much has, the right idea. And the other day, she made a really good video that I saw that was about trans period pride, and, she was pretty much defending trans men and all that stuff. I do recommend you watch it if you can find the trans period pride video. It's definitely worth a watch. But something that she said that was kind of more offhand, just kind of a candid comment midway through it, that I felt like I could really relate to, was how she was like drawing in the middle of the video, and she was just doing that casually and just like doing it because, and I guess to kind of paraphrase her words here, because it gives her joy. It's something that is creative for her. It's a positive outlet for her, and it's something that, like, while the world is crashing around you, it's something that really gives her joy, and that's something I want to do too. I want to, if my days are numbered, if I'm gonna be murdered, like, within the next fucking, I don't know, year or two, and that is something I had to think about. Like, as a transgender woman, if I'm gonna be murdered in the next year or two, who the fuck knows? I mean, hopefully not. Hopefully I live to be old, and I do want to live to be old. I want to live the rest of my life as a, as a really powerful, like, spirit internally, and just be able to live my full life and be able to say that I lived a good life. But if I do get murdered because of a fucking hate crime, or maybe like the final stage of transgender genocide fucking happens and the Trump administration starts fucking throwing us in concentration camps, or, I don't know. I don't want to think about it too deep, but you know what I mean, right? Who knows what the future holds, genuinely. And I just want to be able to spend my last, like, couple of years, like, being, good to myself, being good and kind to my soul. And so that's kind of just where I'm at. That's where I'm at emotionally, mentally, spiritually. And I hope that, like, everything I'm saying makes sense. I don't want to, like, be too overbearing in my message here, and say that, like, like, I'm quitting YouTube. I'm not quitting YouTube. But I also just, like, want to realize, too, that, like, the reason why I pursued YouTube in the first place is because it is a way for me to express myself. And I want to be able to express myself in a way that is, beneficial to my own mental health. And so, while I'll always keep that critical edge in my tone and in my delivery, I will always, have to keep at the back of my head that the goal here is expression. And expression in and of itself is very diverse. But anyway, that's all I got for today. Thank you for listening, and I hope you have a good day. See you in September.